Hi, I'm Dawn Richards with eXp Realty, and today's lesson is we're going to do a little bit of realtor math. It's not scary, I promise. But here's what we know, and this is true no matter where you live in the entire country, maybe the world, although I'm not sure about that. But I can tell you this is true in the United States. So, different markets, right? We already know real estate is local, local, local. From one neighborhood to the next, sometimes from one street to the next, prices can vary. Of course, condition matters, lots of different factors. However, there is one thing that is true whether you're selling your property, renting your property, this we know for sure. If we've been on the market for 2 weeks and we have no showings, then the property is about 10% overpriced. Now, that assumes that you've got a great realtor like me and that the property is being marketed everywhere, that the pictures are professional and they look great, the description is compelling. All of that is already in place. So let's just assume that all of those things are equal, right? Everything's there. And it's been 2 weeks and not a single person has asked to see your house. That is a price conversation, and it's unpleasant and it's uncomfortable. Trust me, for realtors too. We are in this business because we want to make people happy. Nobody becomes a realtor because they want to make people miserable. Trust me. And we don't like having those conversations, but unfortunately it comes with the territory. So if you've got a property that's been on the market for 2 weeks and not a single person has wanted to see it, and all the marketing and all the things are in place, it's time for a price conversation. Now, let's say in those first 2 weeks you've had some showings, but you haven't had any offers. So that's less disappointing because at least people are seeing it, but something about it is stopping them from making an offer. Now, it could be that it's cluttered. It could be that, your son had a pet ferret. Not that I have anything against ferrets. I love all pets. But maybe the house, has a funny smell. Again, let's assume that the house does not smell. Let's assume that there is no pet ferret. Let's assume that it's not cluttered. Let's assume that it's best foot forward and the property looks terrific. If people are seeing it and not offering, generally speaking, that means it's about 5% overpriced. And so again, time for a conversation with the realtor. Nobody likes these conversations, but they're really important because your property is on the market because you want to sell it or you want to rent it out, which means that if it's on the market and nothing is happening, all we're doing is listing it. And we can do that all day, but it doesn't really get anybody anywhere. So, if you're interested in learning more about where we came up with these numbers and how we know what we know, feel free to reach out to me. My email is you can tell I'm authentic. My website is deardawn.com. That's DearDawne.com. Again, it's deardawn.com. DearDawne.com. I so look forward to talking to you, pricing your property correctly, and getting you a great buyer or a great tenant. Have a wonderful day.